comparisons to the LA Rams.
He said Cleveland.
Who are sitting right now in the 5 hole. You know, who might be. I mean, they get some players back. You know, they'll get Cooper Cup back this week, but I don't know.
Well, I'm exhausting all my options. I will say that. Now, I get what you're saying. You're going to be trading him to a contender, and it's going to be a bottom third, probably bottom 5 picks or so in the first round.
You just have to be. You have to be willing to know that you're trading him to a team currently that your picks are likely going to be both years in the back end of the draft.
Yes, and I will say, unless it's an extreme overpay, I'm at the point now. Petty, you can call Petty if you want, and it is, but I'm not dealing with the Lions. You're not. You just came in there and rightfully so,
Yeah.
disrespected us at every turn. You were willing to rip into your own team to embarrass us. There's no chance you're getting Michael Parsons for me, unless again it's a gross overpay.
Just like think about if you were the Lions.
I'll trade him in the division before I trade him with the Lions.
Think about the Lions though. If they were to get a Michael Parsons, that would help them this year for sure.
Yeah.
But think about him and Caden Hutchinson
Just dominant.
in the future. Those two passers.
Keep it together. I think there's plenty of value in just not paying him $35 million a year for 2 years where you're not going to be able to win a championship. You know, I look at it like if Detroit's 2 months are the best that we can get, we're doing this to sort of open things up and to think more long term. And there's a lot of value in just not, spending all of that cap space over the next 2 years.
Am I crazy? Am I crazy for the Lions thing? Just I got 31 teams I can deal with. I'm not dealing with you. Go believe yourselves.
Let me ask you this.
My hope is that I steal your offensive coordinator from you as well.
Would you trade him to the Commanders?
Honestly, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll deal with 30 teams, and then you're gonna ask me about the Eagles, and I'll probably say
No,
that
I'm not going to ask you about the Eagles.
He can go to the Giants if he wants.
No,
They're not gonna do anything with
I'm
him.
just going to. I was going to ask you about the Commanders.
Yeah, no, the Commanders is another one where
I'm not gonna do that.
the Eagles are so desperate. If he wanted to go there and they were giving up the house, I would love the opportunity to take from a rival. And I think if we're trading him, it's because we know. By the way, I don't think there's any chance the Cowboys would ever consider trading a star player in this situation.
Oh, we're
I
just
think this
having
is
a
all
conversation
hypotheticals.
right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, we're just having a
Yeah,
conversation.
track record is they're just going to give him all the money. Yeah. Don't know if Micah will be back for the 49ers game is one thing Mike McCarthy said this week is big for him. He talked about trying to be confident going out to San Francisco and getting a win. I don't know how you could be that way unless they're banged up, unless they have significantly good players out.
They got Kansas City this week, right? I think they play Kansas City this week before they play you.
That's already been,
that can't hurt. No concern with Dak.
consistent, and you're not getting the
He was asked how
freaking
he thinks
results you
tackling. He
want.
says it's been a high priority the last couple of weeks. So fundamentals and techniques are not
What's up,
where they
Daniel?
need to be. He's talking about a young team. On job security noise, he said it's just part of the business. On Zach playing poorly, he said, I didn't have my best game. Obviously protected the veteran.
Traffic is
there.
5
Only
o'clock.
4 turnovers forced so far. 5 carries for Rico. What's up with that? I think that's one that you absolutely have to be called the carpet on. Running first down with Zeke as he fails to get 2 yards again. Dude, that was embarrassing. And will you have a bye-week makeover again? Does that apply now? He kind of worked around that one. We can only hope, Brian.
Yeah, and I kind of started this one too from what he said is the line movement, the defensive line movement. That's something that we kind of talked about with the twist stunts and things like that. That's what he's saying, that they're having a lot more to deal with, a lot more of that. And I think a lot of it has to do with the rookie center.
Yeah.
That it's become a little bit of an issue for him because of how aggressive he is trying to, and I always talk about passing guys up, passing guys over, and then being ready for the looper, the twister over the top. He is so interested in getting that guy down inside, but he stays with him, and now they're leaving the middle a little open.
Very good. Rookie problems. That's growing problems. Time now. LA Lab's coming up in 5 minutes. Time now for a college football darty with the Chief.
Let's do it, man. A little Red River rear view. Let's hop in here. And congratulations to Broadus in his purple. I know you had a tough Cowboy weekend, but your LSU Tigers got it done, man. I'm sure you were on
I
the
don't
edge of
think
your
I've
seat.
had a weekend where LSU and the Cowboys have won on the same weekend.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That makes it difficult.
It makes it a little troubling.
But I envision you seeing how amped up you can get.
It's kinda
during a
weird, bro.
Cowboy game. I imagine you were in an LSU game.
Yeah.
You're probably as
Kinda weird. That's
rabid
weird.
as,
Kinda weird.
as any college football fan.
You know, I actually, my love for LSU is more than the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go through a lot of emotions watching LSU.
Damn,
I feel like there's a chance.
Faded
This
helmet,
one doesn't
back
direction.
and forth. Yeah.
Like you're Jim Harbaugh having
oh, well.
competitions, you're going into
Yeah.
the blue tent, you're just
Trying to
So
fix it.
I'm just
I ain't gonna come back
out
this way.
loud,
5:30.
beats per minute to half. What's going on?
Well, hey, seriously, that was an awesome win. Congratulations to
Yeah,
you,
Ole
man.
Miss. How about that?
Ole Miss.
Might have knocked him right out of the playoffs.
Nussmeier got a little moxie.
He's got a little Tony Romo to him.
Well, he grew up watching him, huh?
Yeah, he's got a little Tony Romo the way he plays. He really does.
Yeah, we're gonna have to chat about your guy Nuss there. I wonder what the first round grades are. Maybe not a first round grade,
No,
but is he
he's
end up
right.
being a first round pick?
I think people will probably looking at him like I said.
Interesting class.
His dad is, he comes from a football family. Dad being a coach, he's a smart kid. He's loyal. I mean, he stood there when they had a couple different quarterbacks go through, and he didn't transfer or leave, and now he's having the opportunity to play. He's doing really, really well.
Okay, so Red River, this thing was all Texas. It was pretty much what we envisioned it being. OU starts the game nicely, a little rusty. Quinn Ewers' first game back.
I'm going to cross out
And that's all she wrote. And it's kind of funny to look back now. There was a moment in the middle of the second quarter where it's only 7-3, but Kirk Herbstreit already has a pretty good idea about what this game is for OU.
7 of 8 since that slow start. But with the way Oklahoma's playing offense, it's almost hard to imagine them scoring.
It's true. They had 3 points at the time you said that. They finished the ball game with 3 points, 34-3, and it was just a defensive masterclass there.
That's why he can bring his dog, man. Yeah, sees the future.
That's true. You can get away with stuff like that when you can see the future the way Kirk can. And Texas set a season high 30 pressures against Oklahoma on Saturday. 30 pressures in the game. They had 19 versus Michigan. That's their second most on the season, but 30. OU quarterback under duress all game. Texas high flying and super, super confident. After the game, they decide they want to poke the bear that is Baker Mayfield. They have a Baker Mayfield OU jersey at midfield. They're slamming a Texas flag into it, being very disrespectful. And Baker Mayfield was actually asked about it after his game yesterday.
I don't know if you paid attention to what happened in the Oklahoma game yesterday, but they planted your jersey midfield and stuck a flag through that. What's up with you catching some strays there?
That's just a kid from Austin, Texas that went to Oklahoma and won his last 2 Red River games and being rent-free in their heads for almost a decade now. So, yeah, it's a good feeling.
Really good stuff there from Baker, who is always ready to spit some fire at you. That was a pretty good response there. Now he did have a full 24 hours or so to kind of meditate on what he would respond with, but still, I think he came up with a pretty good line.
He's got to be one of the most toxic guys in all of sport. It comes so natural for him. I wouldn't be surprised if that was off the cuff, but that's a good point.
Man, Arch's dad, Cooper Manning's hat. Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see that cowboy? It's the biggest cowboy hat you've ever seen. It looks like Lloyd Christmas in Dumb and Dumber when he goes down the convenience store to get the essentials and he walks out with just a bunch of bull crap. But one of the bull crap things he has is a giant cowboy hat on his dome. It's brilliant though, sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
You know what that can do to your face. I mean, Broadus, it did it to you last year, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, sure.
Wolchuk's dermatologist lost his mind after Wolchuk attended the Red River game. So it was a heady play by him, quite literally the biggest cowboy hat you've ever seen. And then big shout out to Matthew McConaughey, who is a noted Longhorn. He tweeted out after the game, 34-3 victory. A lot of empty seats on the red side in the second half. Onward we charge up the mountain.
Lot of empty seats. Lot of empty seats.
You never know what to expect when those teams line up, but I thought that final score was very representative of where those programs currently are. So congrats to the Longhorns for getting the dub and getting back on top finally.
Big one this week.
We found something special last year, man. I felt it going into this game. Man, it's like we're in here together, and I don't feel people